try to speed run through the last 2 seasons here, so I'm gonna save the commentary I normally do in color at the start of each part and just jump into it. So, oh, geez, it's actually to me, isn't it?
We've already hecked up our speed run.
Yeah.
It needed to be frame perfect.
Now you all get a card to play on your turn.
Nice.
Small card. Make big. A project just isn't working out as expected. Radically change the nature of this project. Don't modify the project. When it resolves, you'll be responsible for telling the community how it went. Yes! Yes, Shark Project, yes!
Oh, no! Oh, you had the card under that couldn't see.
Ah, yes, Sharks! Oh!
Good.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to see some Diego. All right, so that's cool. That's that. I'm actually going to start a new project. I'm going to make another project. It's going to be a 2 clock, and it's going to be to learn the language of the other children.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that.
Boop.
I wish I had a contempt token because I would take one away for that.
Yeah, I got rid of one.
Yeah. There's I mean, I don't like to talk shop like while we're playing, but like one of the major issues I have with the game is just how undefined contempt tokens really are in terms of that, and like how much you should probably have, how much you shouldn't have, that kind of stuff. Obviously, it's very flexible, so I can see why it's very up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just in terms of just like how Avery likes that stuff. So, but it's definitely confusing for new players, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's my turn.
All right. Yeah, so that's to me. So there's my card. Zoom in on it so I can see.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
All
I genuinely
right.
don't see where you put your card. Oh, there it is. Okay.
The strongest among you dies. What caused the death? Or the weakest among you dies? Who's to blame for their death?
It's a good one.
Oh man. So I'm gonna go with the strongest among us dies. And I'm gonna say it's Tinkerer Hoyt Kiani.
Ooh.
And I think it's because like basically she's been, you know, she's been part of the ARC project from the very beginning. She knows the ARC better than anyone. And so she was supposed to be taking this thing apart, and she told everyone in the community that she was taking it apart, but instead she was tinkering with this weird piece of technology that they found in the city, and something goes catastrophically wrong. There's like an explosion or something, and it kills her. And then I would also like to start a project. And I think this project is going to be, now someone is going to have to remind me because someone volunteered to go with Optic Rain towards the surface. Does anyone remember who it was?
It was Parthis.
It was Parthis. So Optic Rain and Parthis are going to go check out what's up at the surface. And I think this is just a 1-turn clock here.
I think Parthis was voluntold.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
You can, of course, move this clock wherever you would like. But there you go. Oh, I did the other way around. My bad. Doop, 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 doop. There you go.
I can't grab it for some reason.
Because it's not controlled, because I'm a
there
dumb.
it goes.
There we go.
All right, we're good.
Fixed.
Cool.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah, what's up with the shadow boys on the surface? We forgot about them.
That's what we're about ready to find out about.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, I got the bad one. A natural disaster strikes the area. Choose one. You focus on getting everyone to safety, removing abundance, and a project fails. You focus on protecting your supplies and hard work at any cost. Several people die as a result.
Whoa.
I guess I could kill off all named characters if I wanted to.
Yeah.
That seems kind of rude. let's
You could have red wedding this.
what are the projects? There's RoboShark,
RoboShark's about to finish.
Kill RoboShark. There's Dismantle the Ark, and what's the other one?
Investigate the Surface was mine that I just created.
What's
The
this
one you just pinged is the language of the children.
Oh, the language of the children. Yes. I think that's the project that's going to fail. And also the language, the children will be the abundance that we lose.
So what does
As
that
the
look
children,
like?
The children decide they do not want to live here anymore, and all the children leave the city.
Makes sense.
That one.
I mean, to be fair, we have kind of been using them as like
Slaves.
labor. Yeah.
Really, like we've
We
been
can't,
really,
like, understand
really bad
them.
about them. Yeah, of just
Yeah.
like you kind of been using them as pretty much like just doing the jobs we don't want to do. Like
I mean,
it's
I can
not
see why the community
good
would be upset
situation.
about this, but I think this is what happens.
Oh yeah, no, that's a really good answer because that's gonna draw a lot of drama.
Yeah.
Totally.
Then I will create a project. The project will be.
Just real
Oh,
quick,
that's right. They tick down. My bad.
everything ticks down.
So that means that we have to resolve what's on the surface. And
Yes.
resolve
Shark.
RoboShark.
And what about the
Yeah.
arc? Doesn't the arc move over too?
Yeah, the arc moves up one.
Arc moves up one. So Shark gets resolved.
Okay.
And
Is that? Sorry.
Eric gets to change what it was because of that one card.
yeah.
Right.
So we're feeding the robot to the shark. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, we were sort of. He was like in the front of our, but we were we were also moving out with like weapons.
Diego couldn't stand by as this happens.
Oh yeah, Diego.
The robot still not saying anything. Still being as elusive and quite literally alien as it was the day it met. Nevertheless, Diego furiously pushed himself to be with the robot one last time as both were eaten by the shark.
Oh no!
Taking our music from us.
Oh no!
It's nothing sacred.
Apparently not, you monster.
And I also
I want-
complete a project. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I was interrupting. I think I wanted to take a contempt, but I started that project, so I feel like I shouldn't.
No, you absolutely
Hey,
can.
contempt
it's a good one.
is taken. Contempt is
Yeah,
taken.
I got that card that changed me that changed the scope of that project. So
Yeah.
So I think we were quite mistaken in sending people up there because the way that this is responded is one day, something seems to be floating down through the gap of light, and it's two heads, and attached to it is a slip of like parchment or something that won't get like totally ruined by the water, with just like scrawls of foreign language. So we can't really see what the note is, but clearly whatever is up there does not like us. So Optic Rain and Parthis are no more.
And so is Diego. Man, we are losing cast characters.
Yeah, rough.
Welcome
Almost
to
like
autumn.
I killed them all.
This is some Game of Thrones stuff going on.
Donovan's still hanging on though.
Oh,
Yeah.
and 010010 is
crying
gone
for
too. Oh no.
Oh, dang.
As if.
Oh, he's just in the shark. We think he's gone.
yeah.
How,
He
how
might
can
not
you
be-
eat an
I'm
artificial
I'm gonna say we
intelligence?
have a new we have an abundance of salt from our tears. No.
Yeah, sure. From our tears, I bet.
No. Okay. Now you do a
Start
project. Yes. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start a project. This project is finding new way to reproduce. And I'll say it's at 3 o'clock.
Okay, I'll bring this one out of retirement.
Here's my buddy.
And what is this? Who's doing this? Like, what's the fiction on it?
I'm gonna say Helen is experimenting on people in the arch. She's bringing them to secret rooms and putting needles in them and other creepy things.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, of course, we make a side joke, being it takes us 3 weeks to learn how to fuck, and then it's like, yeah. But we only have half a Marvin Gaye cassette, so that's why.
We lost our bard. I mean, he can't seduce
Exactly.
anyone anymore.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what happens when you lose your bard, kids. Okay. That's a good project. Then we keep going. Leviathan Files.
Thank you for reminding me. Otherwise, I would have just.
We're like, okay.
Yeah, good. You're right. This is a good time for me to put this card down.
Enhance.
A group goes out to explore the map more thoroughly and find something that had been previously overlooked. And this is a really good time to do a sort of like a dark vignette of the exploration of the ocean bottom. As we get like an overhead shot of like 3 explorers with flashlights kind of splaying out as they approach this crashed alien spaceship. And it's very alien. It's very like H.R. Geiger. There's like
Yeah, I was gonna say
silts. Yeah.
I was gonna say super Geiger. Okay.
You know, there's like ocean muck covering like part of the ocean, like part of the UFO wing, and like a couple like kelp strands coming up from the cockpit. And as we climb up into the interior of the spaceship, since the ocean is so deep and so cold, the body that is inside has been preserved throughout the years. And we see the long dead corpse of Diego Graydon.
What?
Wait,
What?
say that last part again?
Oh no.
It's
We
Diego.
found Diego's body. But we saw Diego eaten.
Please.
How can this be?
Yeah.
What?
I wish I
Yeah,
had seen.
I'm
Dun,
giving
dun,
up contempt.
dun.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
so good.
Who was
You
this?
need to just
Diego?
highlight that in the VOD, make a clip.
Who is Diego Graydon? Yeah. Nice. Project Clocks. The arc is done.
Wasn't
Arcus.
that project for destroying the ark though?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the arc project is done.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, I believe
Still
that
in his
was...
ears. That was me as well, yeah.
Oh.
So, and as we clear the debris of the ark, I can't select it. Eric, would you do me the favor of moving the ark to the trash pile? As we are disassembling it and putting its respective parts in amongst the heap.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't select the body again. Just how just how Donovan's head has been weird. So we got the sail, but wow.
It's nice you get to zoom
Take
in
things
all the
apart and
way
keep-
to select things. It's really weird.
Well, I can't. Yeah, I try to not zoom in because of like the screen or too much of
Yeah, that's weird.
for OBS and all, but so it goes. Okay, cool.
Did you finish your turn?
No. Oh, yes, I still have the rest of my turns to do. I'm going to discover something new, even though we did discover something new already. As the worms, as they are going slowly, one day they stop completely.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. So. Oh no.
No more worms.
That's why we
No
can't
more.
have nice things.
Only empty vents and volcanic water.
Wow.
That was you discovering something new. So that's
Yeah,
me.
that's the end of mine.
Yep. Cool. To you, Nicholas. Thumb drums.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Eight of autumn. Someone sabotages a project and the project fails. As a result, who did this? Why? Or someone is caught trying to sabotage. I can't talk suddenly. Someone is caught trying to sabotage the efforts of the community. How does the community respond? Okay. We only have one project going on.
Yeah, we finished the other ones.
It's even harder than you thought.
This is the sex project. So
Right.
Good.
God. Oh. How do you?
oh, I can think of many ways of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's actually more difficult to choose which one is the one I want to.
Right.
believe
Also,
in
like if you go the other direction, it doesn't necessarily have to be a project in process. Like it could just be
Yeah.
like something.
Exactly. Yeah. That's. But I mean, I kind of wanted something good to happen one time.
It's autumn, man.
We had our chances in spring and we blew it.
Winter is coming.
That's your second phase. For your second phase, you can do something good.
Winter
Okay,
is coming,
so-
and boy, we sure aren't.
Get it? Because of the project?
Oh, man.
The project is underway.
The project.
I think. Okay. Here it is.
Projectile
Donna-
dysfunction.
Donovan Rackham sabotages our project because he misses the other kids. He wants the other kids to come back. He doesn't want us to figure out how to reproduce on our own. He wants us to try to lure them back.
Like that.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Make things right or something. Yeah, dig it. Cool. And then it's just me. I did
This
the
is
last
last
card.
autumn. Yeah.
The Last Autumn's a great name for something.
That one's good.
That would be the name of a ship in
Mm-hmm.
this game. Oh, that's the name of the arc. No, I'm just kidding. It's not my place to do that, but I do like that name. Come on. Uh-oh. That's a long card. Yep. It's the Ace of Autumn. The community becomes obsessed with a single project. Which one? Why? Choose one. Yeah, okay. If there are no projects underway, the community becomes obsessed with a grandiose vision. Hold a discussion about this vision, in addition to your regular action for the week. Perfect. This is good because all other projects fail otherwise. So,
Yeah.
Better to try and fail than to never try it at all, Eric.
the grandiose vision. Okay, so we have to. I'm going to hold a discussion for the grandiose vision. This isn't going to be a question one. This is going to be one of those assertion statement ones. And one of the elders. Perhaps the last elder. Yeah, I'm going to do it. The last elder. The last elder by the name of oh, I need a hacker name. Something with like synth something or
Synth vinegar.
Synth vinegar. I like that.
Synth vinegar. Of course, that sour old guy. Synth vinegar, who has been long quiet. Perhaps he's people once thought rendered mute, speaks for the first time. We shall return above the ocean. Your turn, Sam.
Excellent. Oh wait. Yeah. So I respond. First, I'm gonna take contempt real quick. Didn't you see what happened to Optic and Parthis? They're savages up there. They'll kill us all.
I think Helen says that we can return to the surface whenever you want. All I gotta do is turn this dial right here.
You know, we've made as much of a home as we could down here, and you all can leave. I'm gonna stay. I think this is where I live now. This is where I belong.
Oh, did we name this guy?
Oh yeah,
think
what's
we
this guy's name?
I kind of.
I like that we didn't name him, so we somehow protected him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as you name something, you can kill it.
Right.
Yeah, there's nothing left for us down here. We have to go up.
Awesome.
I'm gonna take a contempt on all you motherfrickers. Oh wait, shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it to contempt for that as well. And it is my turn, so I will draw a winter card.
No wishbones. Can't draw wishbones.
The 8 of Winter.
Is it worth pointing out that literally at any point in the game now, the game could be over?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the Ace of Winter, right?
Yeah, one of the
No,
cards.
it's the king.
Yes.
King,
Yeah.
king.
Yeah.
Once someone draws the card, the Frost Shepherds arrive. So we're gonna end if it returns to you, Sam, after 6 things, and your last card would just be the Frost Shepherds arrive, or if it's drawn at any point now.
Cool. So winter is harsh, and desperation gives rise to fear-mongering. Either we spend the week calming the masses and dispelling their violent sentiment, the week ends immediately, or we declare war on someone or something. This counts as starting a project. I'm going to declare war on these dastardly surface dwellers. They killed 2 of ours. We're going to take out 2 of theirs, at least 2 of theirs. So I think this is a 1-week project because we already had a big discussion about this.
For sure.
So we just need a week to prepare, and then we're ready to go. And then I would like to hold a discussion. And I would like to make a statement here. And the statement is, we have the weapon we need. It killed Hoyt. We can use it to kill whatever's up there.
Yeah, I think the weapon itself is going to get in this conversation and say, no matter what you do, you cannot hope to control me. I will destroy whoever I feel like. Nobody else.
Well, if violence is violence, then there's nothing else to it. Hand me that lead pipe.
I love it. It's so good.
Listen, this thing is dangerous. We don't know what it's capable of. We can't just send it out into the world.
All of this talk of violence. Don't you think maybe that's what caused the children to run away?
Cool. So that's my turn.
Yes. Golden H, draw from the winter deck.
All right, let's do this. Dun dun dun. 4 of winter. All the animals and young children are crying and won't stop. There's none more of any of those. So, a great atrocity is revealed. What is it, and who uncovers it? Oh wow, man, who do I want to blame for this atrocity?
What is the atrocity?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna be a little bit dark here. So the atrocity that's revealed is that Donovan is the one that subverted the project to create more children, and he did that by destroying thousands of unborn children.
That is good.
Damn.
That makes sense.
Man, that is
Man, we're horrible
perfectly
people.
dark.
Robots should have
Sorry,
killed
that's
us.
a little bit dark.
Bad.
Hey, no, that's fine. No, like I'm just making I'm making a remark. I think you're pulling the right directions, the right strings. I think that's
Yes.
Winter's the
Right.
darkest time of year.
yeah, for sure. Project clocks, right?
Roger.
Yeah, so the project to go to war is completed. How does this resolve, man? I mean, I think that the military takes the weapon up, but as it said during the discussion, it was gonna get rid of whoever it wanted. So I think it destroys whatever's up there. We see this, the people who didn't go as part of the war see something happen up above, some flash of light, some explosion, and just no one comes back. Whatever was blocking the light up there is gone, and so is everyone who went with it.
Mm.
Yeah.
War.
Yeah.
What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
Sing it again.
All right. So I'm going to start a project. And this project is going to be 2 o'clock. It will be creating underwater light hang gliders. And Helen is our mad scientist, so she's going to be working on that.
Cool.
Good job, Helen. Okay.
It's Leviathan, right?
Don't you have to do your action?
Wasn't that just
I think
Golden?
that was it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
It's-
it was the project and then the thing. Okay.
Yeah, sorry,
I
the
was sitting
project
here like-
resolved, and then that's his term was
Yeah.
starting the new project, Leviathan. Okay.
Boom, card.
Like that you put it down on Donovan.
Take that, Donovan.
Donovan's holding the card.
It's in the heart of the cards.
Mute myself.
2 of winter. A headstrong community member takes charge of the community's work efforts. A project fails, and then a different project finishes early. Or a headstrong community member tries to take control of the community. How are they prevented from doing this? Due to the conflict, project dice are not reduced this week. So fresh off of his atrocities, Donovan is going to try to capitalize on the explosion above the waves and say, this is what happens when we try to deviate from our normal lives. We should just stick to the status quo, keep our heads down. The surface dwellers won't get us. We can live out the rest of our days here in the darkness. But the town or the community rises up as one voice to shout him down. And in his shame at realizing that he doesn't have anyone in his corner, he flees and disappears into the opaque ocean waters.
Oh no.
Man,
Donovan, no.
this is really good.
God damn it, Donovan. You're the chosen one. This would be that episode that, like, if we had like the super fans of our show, this would be the one with the longest comment threads about Donovan.
Yeah.
Easily, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fan fiction got ruined tonight. So,
Sorry.
okay.
And then do you want to remove Donovan bodily from the map?
Oh yes, I will.
I don't have that in me personally, but of course I'll give it. Sam brought Donovan into this world.
I'm just moving him over. You never know where.
Fashioned
where
out of
Donovan-
clay, out of digital clay.
Yeah, I didn't
out
narrate
there.
him dying.
Here, let's give Donovan.
I
some
know,
contempt
but
tokens.
just having no memory of him, it just hurts.
Here you
not
go,
there.
Donovan. You're the holder
I
of
mean,
contempt
he's
tokens.
still in the NPC list, but he's most importantly still in my heart. All right.
And I think I am going to start a project that it's going to be 3 weeks, and I know that that's foolish. Me, Taylor, know that that's foolish. But we are going to start a project to tunnel into the vents to determine the fate of the worms as we are getting hungry.
Yeah, perfect. Of course we are.
And the other project clocks don't tick down.
Right.
Yeah, that was a concession of that card, by the
Yep.
way.
Yeah.
I mean, I can make it enhanced, but yeah, I remember that. Cool. Okay, so that's your turn. It's a 3 project clock for that. And now we go to thumb drums.
Okay. Oh, shoot. I think I drew a bad one, y'all.
It's winter, so
They're all bad ones.
Uh,
Yeah.
the Frost Shepherds
arrive.
arrive.
Ooh, GG.
So that's the
Game's
game.
out.
There is no turn when the Frost Shepherds arrive. It just is
Oh,
over.
Mm-hmm.
But the light kites. Were
What?
What happened to
We
Donovan?
of course it is. We dug into the vents, right? Like what did we do?
Oh my, yeah. I mean,
Like
the Frost
the
Chimes
game's
were-
over, so now we can talk about it, right? That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
or the Frost Shepherds, sorry, were the.
Yeah.
I think they were the whatever's living under here. Was the bad thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
That's what I think.
I think maybe like Donovan, we thought he just like disappeared off into the distance, but really he crawled down into the tunnels.
Oh.
And like when the Frost Shepherds come, at their head is this cybernetic child with glowing red eyes.
Oh no, Donovan came back.
Donovan,
That's
no.
good. I like the image of as they're like digging through the vents, just like all of a sudden the camera like pulls up and up and up until out of the waves, and then the water to the ocean just freezes over.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's like that. Have you ever seen like
That's
cold
really
water? How like it seems to boil in warmer water?
Of course they're cooling because the Frost Shepherds are waking up. Ah, that's
Oh.
even better. That's even better than I
Hell
thought.
yeah.
Ah!
That's so good.
Has anyone seen like
Yeah.
the videos of I think they're called brinicles?
No.
It's like an ocean phenomenon.
Do I wanna
where,
Google
like,
this?
Super chilled salt water gets into like a body of water that has a different like salinity, and so the
Yeah,
salt
I've
water
seen
has a lower freezing temperature, so it can be below freezing. And it's just like this path of water as it travels through, just freezing everything in like this weird little like finger of death.
It's super big.
Whoa. What?
Yeah.
It looks like a tornado underwater.
Yeah, it's
Or like
my
a
God.
lightning bolt. Like it's
Yep.
insane. Like I know about underground rivers and stuff, especially in caves and all.
Yeah,
Like in brackish water and stuff, but
Yep.
that's amazing.
Reality
Wow.
is very scary, guys.
yeah. Underwater oceanic stuff is like rife with like really
Yeah.
scary shit to put in games. It's great.
Yeah. Holy crap.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So, guys, can we I know it's 9:00, but can we take a little bit of time to talk about the game? I like to do a little bit of decompression.
Yeah.
Maybe even talk a little bit like what did you enjoy about the game? What you didn't, and maybe just in terms of like mechanics or just in terms of substance and play, what you have done differently if you could, or would you play it again, that kind of stuff. Obviously, like I have opinions on it, but like I played this game a lot. I'm really interested in other people. It's my show. Other people talk.
At first, I was kind of apprehensive about the like Matrix like post AI thing. I don't really know why. I was just like, it might not be for me. But like, I'm glad that we stuck with it because it like pushed me out of what I would have normally done, and it was an experience to like push that. So cool. I like
Thanks
it.
for not saying no. So.
Yeah. Thank you for coming up with it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have dreams, man.
Who suggested it be underwater?
That was
That was it. That was the money.
I mentioned it like at the kind of beginning-ish of the show, but I'm developing a PBTA sea like aquatic underwater game with Rich Howard, and so I've been doing like all this research and like work on aquatic games, and I was like, hell yeah, let's put this in practice. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I had an absolute blast like with our game and what we were doing. One thing maybe it was just that the rule wasn't explained to me that well, is like I wish the contempt tokens had like a bit more mechanical impact.
Yeah. No, I explained them as pretty much as there is in the book.
Like if like I like the idea of like trading this currency of like how the community feels, but I wish that like it did something.
Yeah.
So, what I would say is, I think when you play in real life this game, then there's a limited amount of contempt tokens. I think that has a sort of more imperative behind it, or an impetus behind how bad our community is doing, because it's like a kind of like a countdown clock of, oh boy, it's really tense compared to the original pile of tokens there.
I see it. Yeah.
This
But
is the first time more. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this is the first time that I've had contempt tokens be like taking the place of the community's contempt. Whenever I've played, I've had them explained as ways of like expressing you as a player, like maybe feeling dissatisfied or like feeling against something that another player has done, but you can't challenge anything. So you would take a contempt token to just be like, kind of saying like, hey, this might not be something that I might want to do, but like without challenging that, like making it very clear, like I am respecting your authority and like your agency in creating the story. However, here's my opinion.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. I think I definitely mute that by doing both. Because I never really explained it enough. I did describe that you can take a contempt token for pretty much whatever, but I never described that as you could take it from a player perspective too, and not just anyone from the community. In fact, I think I said the opposite. I think I've said in several examples of, you could think of, if a community member you think would be slighted, you could do that. So I'll remember that going forward to make that more clear. But yeah, I know Happy Dose has been watching this whole time, and I want to thank them personally. Thank so much for hanging out and doing this whole thing. I'm sure a bunch of other people were, but that's the first name I remember seeing in chat going through. And they mentioned earlier on if contempt tokens should have more of a punch to them. And I know you just brought that up, Sam, but what did we else? Any other thoughts on that? Did it matter much?
Yeah, I mean, I would like contempt tokens to have more of a punch, I think, in some ways, but like it's difficult because I know that like I kind of want it to work both ways with like, as we've been talking about, like you can take them as a member of a community within this larger community or as a player, like as if something's questionable to you. Like I see how they should work both ways. So I don't know really how you would make that more impactful.
I have a crazy idea. I don't think it would work, but like if you could fuel having to spend contempt tokens to progress clocks.
Mm.
Yeah, I was honestly thinking the opposite, where like if enough contempt tokens get like pulled out, like projects start taking longer because like more of the community is like not liking what's going on.
That's fair. Yeah, that makes more sense. But I'm glad you also jumped to the relationship between contempt tokens, spending them, and progression of clocks in some way. That's really what I was kind of feeling out. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
cool.
weird.
That's what they were thinking too. Okay, good. That's what Happy Does was thinking in chat as well, kind of. Yeah, like a morale of the group. Yeah.
I feel like
And it sort of does. Sorry, go ahead.
A lot of story games just have this mechanic that shuts down discussion in order to encourage people to be more willing to speak their ideas. And I think that from a game design perspective, that's what contempt is for. And trying to like attach other things may defeat the purpose.
That's true. Attaching writers to it would do a disservice to its original intentions. Yeah, I see what you mean.
I mean, it's an idea that, for me, like it was like really shocking when I started playing story games, but it seems to be a common thing, which I don't understand yet, but it seems to be very important to the design.
Making sure that everyone has a say at their table.
No, for shutting down discussion, as if discussion would discourage people, is an alien concept to me.
It's because I can speak to that. Obviously, I'm not Avery, so like big asterisk, right? Big, huge old asterisk. But I've talked to Ben several times about this with Microscope, and it's a very similar thing. It's because they're afraid of the game becoming too conducive. Not enough ideas. I don't want to say incestuous, but like it's too like everything is vigorously going to the same spot. And if that's true and we're all in agreement, or even worse, one person's leading the whole thing, why are you playing a game? Because we're playing to find out what happens. And so you're allowing like quick divergence from what's going on by letting everyone get a say. Not also because it's important that the table is round, in that sort of way that everyone has an equal stake in the game, and that one person's vision is overcrowding everyone else's.
It's just really weird to me because I see discussion as a way of diverging, but they've had the opposite experience.
No. Yeah, often discussions are supposed to. I think for the most part, discussions end up trying to figure out what consensus is, and playing a game by consensus is. I mean, some consensus is good, of course, because we all want to have the same fictional picture from time to time, but we also don't want the whole game scripted to us, because then what are we doing? Why just read a book?
There's got to be a better mechanic though for encouraging divergence.
It's right now that's true. I would love to see one other than just making sure everyone else shuts up so everyone else can the one person's their turn can do the thing.
Yeah.
That's something I've experienced as well. And the way I would describe it is it feels like a lot of story games encourage cooperation instead of collaboration. And what I mean by that is it encourages everyone to come up with their own ideas and then throw them together instead of everyone coming together and coming up with ideas together.
Yeah.
Which is, also, I mean, I don't know that's, I feel like I might disagree a little bit with Golden in whether that's good or bad. I just think it's an interesting factor.
I'm trying not to put a value judgment on it. I'm just saying.
Also, it's important to remember that the contempt token mechanic is a minor mechanic in the face of like the entire working of the game. So there are many more other like divergence mechanics and like ways of keeping things feral in the rest of the game that don't just rely on the contempt tokens. Like that's a cap on it.
So I think it's I don't know, like it seems to me like it's sort of like what Sam was talking about is it seems sort of inevitable that like as you continue playing a game, like your ideas are going to come together and like dovetail in interesting ways when a game allows for that. And I think this one does for the most part, like really kind of elegantly allow for like ideas to dovetail together.
Yeah. It's not a matter of making sure no ideas come together. It's always just like, is there enough room for something new to come out of this?
Right.
And yeah, it's hard. I don't know. But yeah, absolutely. I think a big part of this game, what makes it so good, it happened several times in this game where someone would fictionally describe something and set up a new project or discovered something new or something bad happens, and then immediately right after that we got a really good card that is purposely described it. Playing the longer game, and I played this is not my first quiet year. I'm probably at a quiet decade now. There are some times though when someone does the fiction and then you get a card that's like exactly what that fiction just did, and you're like, well, that's disappointing. That's definitely happens. But it didn't happen in this game because we only played with 6 cards and it was pretty quick. But ultimately, that's something to keep in mind about.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I feel like we crowded you out here, Thumb Drums. What did you? This was your first time playing the Quiet Year, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
my first time playing the Quiet Year, and it was great. I thought it went really well.
Yeah,
I had an excellent time.
Excellent. Yeah. Cool. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I got a chance to hear what you thought from that, because I'm always interested. Obviously, the Quiet Year is a game that comes up a lot when it comes to story games, and being like, oh, have you tried these? Like, if you want to, this is like the weird hippie game side of things if you're coming from Dungeons and Dragons, and so it's always like weird, like, oh, have you heard of Microscope or Fiasco or the Quiet Year? And you're like, what? So like this is one of the staples, and I'm glad it lived up to its report for you of being a really good game to play. Obviously, I don't know your background with games, but like I'm just saying that like it's a good story game. It's like it's one of the high caliber story games for people to play. So,
sure. Yeah.
So that's good. That's super good. Thank you. So this has been an abbreviated version of the Quiet Year. We played using the Roll20 marketplace version of Roll20, which is available for less than $10. It's really good. Obviously, it doesn't have contempt tokens. Yeah, or the real life one you can buy from actually Avery's own store. However, I don't remember the name of her store.
Buried Without Ceremony.
Yeah.
Buried Without Ceremony. Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
There's some really cool games that they've made. So.
Yes. A friend of mine, so in Once Upon a Game, I've done a lot with a buddy of mine named Luke in Australia, who's made a game off Dream Askew. That's based on like Polynesian style voyages and like legends and stuff like that, and that's uses Dream Askew, which is of course I think one of the better games from Avery. Avery's also done a bunch like Ribbon Drive. Obviously, Monster Hearts is probably the big one, and then Quiet Year not that far behind. Some really really good stuff here. So let's just do a quick little like outro thing for everybody. So let's start with you. Let's work backwards to me. So Thumb Drums, Nicholas.
Hey, my name's Nick. I'm Thumb Drums on Twitter, Discord, everywhere, pretty much. Thanks to y'all for having me. This has been really fun.
Yeah, thank you. So you were new to this, and like to the idea to streaming on my channel and doing Once Upon a Game and this kind of thing, right? And it's like, thank you. Just you took a shot with a random stranger to like sit down and spend an evening to play a game, and it means a lot to me, and it's special that we made something cool to do together. And so thank you. Like that's cool. And if anyone else watching wants to do that, you could totally come to my Discord channel where I have sign-up sheets for these games. It's open, it's first come, first serve, but I do it weekly and a month, and it's a different story game every time. And feel free to ask questions or give me suggestions for games. So thank you. So cool. Leviathan Files.
Hi, I am Taylor. I run Riverhouse Games. You can find all the stuff that we do at riverhousegames.com. The long and the short of it is that we do games and podcasts. We have a few awesome things in the works right now, but we focus on the queer and LGBT plus tabletop games and gamer people who are making projects and just kind of like doing things in the community. My like big baby pet project right now, I am working on an aquatic role-playing game called Descent into Midnight. You can find us on Twitter at DIMRPG, I believe. If I get that wrong, I'm going to be in trouble.
That's right. That's right.
That's in very early development. There will be playtests happening at Gen Con. If people are going, hit me up on Twitter. I am at Leviathan Files. I also have my main podcast is Game Closet, where I talk to queer and LGBT plus people. If that is you, I would love to talk to you. We have an open door policy. So if you're doing something and you identify as anywhere on the queer spectrum or in the LGBT acronym, let me know. But yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's cool. I need to talk to you after this because I want to put you in contact with some people that I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And other communities that I know that I think would be really relevant to what you're doing.
Yeah,
so,
and
cool.
I mean, I started from just like somebody on Twitter who was like, I should do this. So my circle is very small. I would love to expand it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. Yeah, and hey, I do playtests too on this show, so if that's something down the line. Okay, cool.
Playtest
yeah.
games are the best.
Golden H.
Yeah, I'm Golden H. You can at me at Haunted Sky on Twitter if you want to talk about, the place of discussion of role-playing games or anything else you want to argue about. I love arguing. Right now, I'm doing Nobilis on twitch.tv/GoldenWH. And yeah, man, just whatever. Play more games.
Yes. Play more games. And Sam?
Hi, I'm Sam, aka Wizened Fool, Wise Fool on the Discord. I first off want to just thank Taylor and Nicholas. It's great getting to meet you guys and getting to play with you guys. I come onto this channel a lot because I love playing with new people and I love playing new games. And Eric's nice enough to keep inviting me back for some strange reason.
Keep shooing him off, but he keeps coming back.
I may or may not be streaming a little more. I've been streaming some Dead Cells recently, trying to get my own stream up and running. So keep an eye out for that this week. Otherwise, I will be back on Eric's channel on Sunday to play the pious prophet Sulius Aurelius in Burning Crowns. That's 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. So that's always a lot of fun. I have too much fun with the Burning Wheel system. And yeah, other than that, just thanks everyone for coming out, and thank you, Eric, for hosting. I always have a blast on this show.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you guys, and thank you all. Thank you, chat. Thank you so much for the new followers today as well. I know a lot of people were interested and wanted to tune in and see this today, and I'm sorry some of you guys accidentally missed it and only caught the end, which is cool. The VODs will be up and available. I love The Quiet Year, and I hope you guys get a chance to play it if you didn't get a chance to watch and enjoy yourself. So definitely play some other time. I'll bring it back in August, I think, because I know there's a lot of people interested in it as well. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, so I'm EricVulgaris on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, and this is what I do. I do a bunch of games. I do other playtests as well as other one-shots of other story games. Some pretty well known, some super like obscure playtest weird stuff. It doesn't matter. I do it because it's fun, and hey, I want you guys all to play new games. I love talking about games and design and what's going into them and stuff, and all of that kind of stuff. So thank you guys so much, and yeah, play more games, everyone. So that's it. We're gonna do it. That's gonna wrap up our episode of The Quiet Year tonight. So thank you all, and have a great night.